This is a very popular Adabraka Central Mosque in the heart of the city here. It is a place that would have been awash with Muslims as they break the fast, prepare for the Isha prayers, and also performing the Maghrib prayers. It's barely a little past 6 p.m., headed towards 7 p.m. It's a month of Ramadan, but everything here is quiet. This would have served as a place for persons to be busily performing ablution in readiness for performing the 5 daily prayers, and the key one, which is done in the month of Ramadan, known as Taraweeh prayers. There would have been lines of buta, or the kettle used for performing ablution. People would have lined up here, while others, mostly beggars, members of the society who are privileged, would have been clamped to a bowl of food, fruits that has been served them by members of the community, generous members of the community. These gates would not have been locked the way it is. It would have been opened, and this is a 3-story mosque, which would have been full by now by congregants who have come in to worship. But all of that is gone. The mosque looks like a ghost building with no occupants at all. An attempt to go through would be met with the force. Padlocks are holding the gates, preventing entry. And indeed, the inner gates are also locked. A very strange occurrence. In my 3 decades of life, this is the first time I'm having to perform Ramadan without performing Taraweeh prayers. Let's hear from the community members, people who live around the Adabraka Mosque, people who would have been congregating here by this time, performing the key prayer known as Taraweeh, and also engaging in the opening of the fast every day. Now, on a typical Ramadan day, between 5:30 p.m. and 7 p.m., this spot in Adabraka would have been a very busy spot. Lots of activity. There would have been kose sellers, there would have been masa sellers, and of course, there would be porridge sellers. All of this has disappeared. And this week, we have an Indomie joint or someone who sells noodles. This table here would have been having masa or kose. We do not have that. Let me go to the other side where these people who are living here would have been busily eating. That is not happening. Hello, sir. Can I speak to you? What's your name?
My name is Muhammad Awal.
Mohamed Awal, do you live here?
Yeah, I live around
You've been living here for how many years?
for almost 6 years.
What is different tonight?
As you can see, normally when it is during Ramadan, the place is busy. But due to the coronavirus pandemic, you can see that the place is almost empty. No one is here. There's nothing going on here. Normally, when it is time for us to break the fast, you see a lot of people here, people selling cocoa, that's porridge and kosi. Some will be selling oranges, the fruits, stuffs and things. But now they are almost no one is here. So this year, I think we've not experienced this thing before.
This evening, you broke your fast here. How was it like?
Very, very, very bad. Very, very, very bad. As if nothing is going on. No one was. They just called the azan, but they told everyone to pray at home.
Let me move around and get a few more thoughts. There is someone who... Madam, you sell noodles here?
I'm the Indomie seller.
Do you feel
And
lonely?
the Lamuji too.
Okay, you feel lonely?
Yeah. As you can see, nothing is going on. Because we are like the Ramadan time, you can see, here is too busy. We sell cocoa, kose, but this year we can't sell anything because no market, because of the coronavirus. So
You don't have cocoa or kose here
and we
today?
don't have cocoa and kose. Nothing. We have Indomie and Lamuji. That's all.
So you have Lamoji.
I have Lamuji.
Can I see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can take you there.
I'll be grateful. So Lamoji is a beverage that is very popular in Zongo or Muslim communities here in Ghana. It's a citrus drink, and usually people buy that to break their fast. So this is your this. Show me what you have here.
I have Lamuji, Samia,
Okay.
and the white one too.
Which one is that one?
We call it Zonko.
Zonko.
Yeah.
You do this every day, or you only do it in Ramadan?
No, in Ramadan. Only in Ramadan.
I see. So people are not buying, or people are not even
they've
coming?
been buying lights, you know.
Light.
Yeah.
Usually you sell more than this?
Oh, no, but this year we do it small because the buckets have to be full, all the two. But this year we do it only half.
I see. What other thing do they sell in this area, and where are all these sellers?
Oh, we sell plenty, but this year because of the coronavirus, so we can't sell. And we have banana seller too here.
Banana too is not here.
No, today she's not here. But I don't know whether she will come. But I'm not sure because of the coronavirus.
So that's a very critical aspect too. She just mentioned the fruit sellers are very critical during the Ramadan period. Dates are in high demand. Banana, oranges are mostly sold by people who are targeting Ramadan observers who would be using these fruits to break their fast. This, unfortunately, or is characteristically absent here at the Adabraka Central Mosque. Now we're going to try and get a few more views from here. We are still around the Adabraka Central Mosque. We'll be picking thoughts of people and also move into the community and perhaps hear from the Imam who would have been leading prayers as we speak. Prayers are not performed in the mosque, but the mosques are very critical because they are used to announce or call to prayers. This gentleman here is going in to call for prayers, except that it is not a regular calling of prayers. I'm going to observe what he's going to do. Okay. All right, so this is the Adabraka Central Mosque. I'm sure it has missed congregants, and the Imam would have been standing here by now. This is what they call the Safu, which is the line or the queues for prayers. The first one, second one, and it continues in that order. This is a Muazzin. He's going to call for prayer. La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. That would have been the response to everybody who would have been seated or waiting patiently to perform prayers in the Adabraka Central Mosque. After the acting muazzin called the prayers, the Imam would have picked up the microphone, led the prayers. These mats would have been spread out in the mosque, on the other floors, and even outside in some instances due to the massive numbers that show up during this period. But as you can see, it's a call to prayer in an empty mosque, and nobody is going to come in because of COVID-19. Everyone has been told to pray in their homes. There's a gentleman who is always in this mosque. On the number of occasions I've come here, I have met him. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.
What's your name?
Umar Farouk.
What is new about what we are seeing today?
Everything is new because there's no way that they will call prayers and nobody is in the mosque. Even before the time to call the prayer, you see people sitting, especially during Ramadan. But this is the case that there is nobody around. And if even somebody comes, we will just tell the person that due to the virus, you are not supposed to come to the mosque. So go to the house and go and pray.
You also work around here. That's why you...
This is my shop.
Okay, we can go see what you do in your shop. Now, One critical thing for Ramadan, and indeed for the festivities of Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha, is the sewing of new clothing for persons, Muslims who are going to celebrate the Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. This gentleman is also a tailor. We're going to his shop to see how business is doing. So this is Umar's tailoring shop. You have just one sewing machine?
No, I have 3 of them.
You have 3.
Yeah.
So you had apprentices or you have people working with you in the shop?
I have apprentices.
How
But
many?
I have 2 of them. But because of this virus, I told them not to come to shop. So I'm alone here. That's why you see only one machine here.
What would have been happening today by this time?
Oh, busy.
Explain.
Because before even the start of Ramadan, people will just bring their things before we even start the Ramadan. But this is the case, nothing of that sort because of this virus.
So what are you doing now?
Nothing. We are only praying to God that maybe by middle of this fasting, everything will just wipe away like that. That's our prayer, so that at least we will get something to eat.
So what's happening to your shop?
You see, as you can see, it has turned to a donation center. We have a group called Adabraka Giving Back.
Okay.
So even when this corona distance started on the platform, we have a platform, both home and abroad. So we just discussed that we have to help people that are going through this hardship. So we did the first donation, and it's time for Ramadan. So we have to organize something again and give it to the Muslim Ummah who are in need of items for survival in the fasting period.
So that's the story of Umar. He is both a member of the Adabraka Central Mosque Committee and also a tailor here in Adabraka. 2 troubles for him. The mosque activities have been frozen, and his business is also on ice. His shop has been now turned into a warehouse for people who are contributing donations to serve members of the community. So mosques have actually been closed now, and people are being told to pray in their respective homes. What that means is that every Muslim who hears the call of prayer would have to perform that in their house. The deputy imam for the Adabraka Central Mosque is praying in his house. We're going to observe, and that's what everybody else is supposed to do.
والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا ذلك اليوم الحق فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه.
This is the deputy imam of the Adabraka Central Mosque, but he is not leading a congregation in the mosque. He's leading a congregation in his house to pray, or he's part of a congregation in his house to pray. And this is because of the directives by the president on social gathering and so on. Assalamu alaikum ala.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Wanda ke duba mu kan TV duka ya ce kun yi yawa. Wani explanation da haka ba mai shi batun numbers.
Yanga dai in ka duba girman gidanmu is gidan na da girma. Kuma ka duba dakunan da ke ciki ka je side ga kuma ka gan gidan na da girma, yana da babban gida ne, kuma ka before ka shigo ka gan kaman outside kuma mu zalla ne, ba wani wanda ya fito waje. Mu zalla ne da babban mamu ke ga matan sarki albarka da kuma sarkin sarauniyan albarka, kuma tana mu duka gida guda ne, kuma gidan sarkin albarka ne.
Ya COVID-19 ko coronavirus ya yake damun musulunci, especially cikin Ramadan?
Gaskiya da akwai damuwa game da batun Ramadan domin rashi. Ka gani farko mun rashi sallah da jama'a a cikin masallaci na farko kenan. San kuma na biyu mun rashi maybe misali kamar iftar, mutum wanda ke da iko Allah ya bashi iko kan ya dafa abinci ko kawo abin bude baki jama'a duka sun zo wadannan duka babu ranar damuwa ne ga sallan tarawih kuma damuwa ne amma muna roko bangiji mu Allah madaukaki sarki kafin dai karshen goma ya kai
sa da bude baki yau ya aka yi shi farko da ana zuwa masallaci ayi budin baki da ayi maghrib kuma ya aka yi shi yau
da an kira kamar masallaci mu haka ladani ya kira bayan da ya kira shaka kulle masallaci so shi individuals ne kowa bude bakinsa a gidansa ne